You guys, my mother used to tell me every day that, my daughter, if you want to make more enemies in this life, borrow money to people or lend people money. You know, by that time I didn't understand it until the day it happened to me. Hello, what's up guys? Welcome back to our channel. Guys, as you saw in today's title, I am going to be sharing with you, I wish someone had told me this about borrowing money to people. But before I go into this video, guys, thank you so much for the 5,000 subscribers. You know what? You are amazing. Your support is so amazing. Thank you guys. On the road to 10K now. We really appreciate your support. Now let's get into this video. You're going to understand why I'm doing this title, because actually I was about to go somewhere, but I said, you know what, let me share this with someone. It might help you today. I'm going to share with you some stories that will help you understand why I said I wish someone had told me this before borrowing money to people or before lending people money. So if you're excited for this video, don't forget to like, guys. Liking doesn't take a minute or a second. Please like. Your support is amazing. Don't forget to subscribe and also to drop a comment. Let's get into this story. First of all, I'm going to put a disclaimer, guys. I am not saying it is bad to lend money people or to borrow people money or to borrow money to people. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you should have the wisdom to know who to borrow money to and who not to. So it's about being wise here. So this is a disclaimer. Don't say I'm saying don't lend money to people. Truly, there are people who need help in this life. But you have to be so wise to know who to lend money to, who to give money to, and who not to. I'm going to share with you 3 scenarios where you're going to understand why I'm saying this. Firstly, I'm going to share with you guys the story of my mother, my own mother. By the way, my mother is one of the lovely, nicest, kindest person I've ever seen. She's so lovely in nature. People love her because she's kind. Now, this is what happened. I saw it, I witnessed it with my own eyes. You know, sometimes, I don't know, when people want to borrow something from you or to get something from you, there is like a certain smile they come with. So my mother has a shop at home. So towards Christmas, she used to rear chicken, such that, you know, Christmas people want to spend, want to enjoy, want to celebrate. So she used to make sure she has chicken beds every Christmas. So sometimes people could come, my precious, the mother of precious, can you please borrow me, can you please give me chicken and some cooking oil and some this, some rice. I have visitors, I don't know what to do, I don't have money, kindly please give me. Soon after Christmas, I am going to pay you. Hey, I've never seen people who appear so loyal and so they smile, I tell you, when they're getting something from you. So these people used to come, can you please borrow us? We'll pay you. My mother, with her kindness, she could give, because she could imagine herself in that situation that you have visitors, people came to visit you for Christmas, but you don't have anything to give them. So my mother used to give them. Now after Christmas, January is here. You try to ask that person, can you bring maybe my $50? Can you bring back my $10? That's when you see that people, when they are borrowing you, they smile. Now when you want their money, when you want your money back, you have to explain to them, why do you need your money? I tell you, some started avoiding her. They were buying from her, but some started even changing and starting going to buy from other people just because they owe her money. I realized one day, my mother was like, you know what, I need to act to be a bit tough, because I see my kindness is not getting me anywhere. One day I went with her, guys. She went to someone's place because that person was owing her a lot of money. She helped that person a lot. She reached there, took the pot that was on the stove, even the gas they were using to cook. She picked a few important things in that house and said, you collect these things when you bring my money back. And then she came. But even when she reached home, she felt so bad, like, why will I have to go through this extent to make someone pay my money? So that's what, when she realized, like, she told me, she used to tell me every time, my daughter, if you want to make more enemies in this life, borrow people money or lend money to people. You make enemies so easily, so easily. I realized that this guy is too late. I was at university, my days when I was still on campus. There was a time it reached when I was making money, guys. I was having a cab. I used to be a driver, by the way. I used to do cab business. So in a day I could make money. I don't want to lie, I was making so much money. In a day you could make 1,000 rands, 2,000 or 800. So most students, some of my people from Zimbabwe, they knew that Precious had money. So some of them will come and say, Precious, borrow me 50 rands, borrow me 100. They could ask you for little money that when you ask them, they borrow from you knowing that they will never return it back. They'll say, you're making this much money, why will you need your 100 rands back? That is people, guys. So one day one of the people came to tell me, I'm sure she told me without knowing, like she was not supposed to spew this gossip. She told me, you know what, Precious, I was with these other girls, we were discussing you, saying, let's calculate how much Precious make in a day. People literally sat down to calculate how much money I was making in a day. You don't know people, guys. People are very wise. They are very selfish. People were sitting down to calculate how much money I make in a day, assuming. After concluding, they say, if you want to borrow money, please go to Precious. She will give you. And she doesn't have to come back to you and say, give me my money back. She's making money. She will make a budget and calculate the money that is not theirs. So the day that lady told me, I'm sure she said it by mistake, I picked in my head, oh, that's why these guys, they come and ask me money and they don't return it and I don't go back to them, it just dies like that. That is the reason why I became so wise. I knew these guys were using me. I knew they were borrowing from me knowing that they will never return it back because they thought I had a lot and I could not ask back whatever I give them. That's when I realized my mother's words that, oh, you can actually create enemies, by the way. Maybe people who are close to you, around you, they keep on taking money from you. They are not giving you back until the time you realize, these people are using me. You put a boundary. You can make enemies by borrowing people money. I'm not saying giving people money is bad. Helping someone, there are people who really need your help. But I'm just telling you, you need to be so careful with who you give money to and who to not give money to if you don't want enemies in this life. So guys, this is my simple advice I want to give to you all. I said before I go where I want to go, let me just give this advice. I know it will help some people, it will help many people. When you are borrowing people money or lending money to people, please be wise. Who not to borrow and who to borrow. That should be a wisdom you should have in your head. That this person who is getting money from me, do they really need it or they just, somehow. So you need to be so wise. And I'm also going to give this advice. It is so important. Borrow people money or borrow money to people, the money you don't want to use immediately. I want to give you an example. There was an experience that happened in our area when I was still in Zimbabwe. This lady had money for the school fees of her child, right? Then a friend came. That's the only money she had. She was saving that money for school fees and she was about to pay it like next week, the other week. Then a friend came and said, my friend, I have an emergency. I need the money right now. And this lady told the friend that, you know what? I don't have money to give you. The only money I have is to pay school fees for my child next week. I'm left with few money to make it full. I want to pay school fees for my child. I can't give you this money because my child will be chased out of school. The friend said, you know what, please give me. I need it today. I'll make sure I'll give you before what? Before next week for your child's fees. Guys, this lady took the money, went and used it. Now when the time reached for her to pay school fees, she went back to the friend, please give me my money back. My child is being chased out of school. This one started going around corners. I'll give you, wait a minute, I'm coming today, are you home? Until the time it reached where this lady became so bitter, hatred. They became enemies from that day. People who used to love each other, they became enemies. So what am I saying? If you want to give someone money, if you want to lend money to someone, make sure you don't want to use it immediately. Give people money that you know, even if they take months to pay you, it is not going to pain you or to hurt them. Give people money that you also know, even if they don't pay you back, it will not pain you. You can actually let go. There are times where someone owes you and they spend a year without paying you. You don't really need to keep on bothering them. You just have to let go. Even the Bible says so. You have to let go. Write off the credit. So lend money to people or borrow money to people that you don't want to use immediately. Now, to those people who borrow, because I know there are people who are used to borrowing money here who are watching me. If you are a borrower, please try to be as loyal as possible. You know, there's one thing I've realized, guys, that sometimes you can go to someone and ask them, please, can you borrow me this money? Then they give you, and you are sure you're going to pay them month end. Then month ends reach, and your things are not adding up well. You are not able to pay these people money. Be loyal and open. Go to them, my friend. Before they come to you even, go to them. You know what? I really wanted to pay your money monthly, but my things are not adding up. Can you please give me 10 days? Can you please give me another time? I'm going to pay you. Not just you're running away. When you see them, you change the route. When you what? That cannot help. You see, that can actually hurt the person who borrowed you money. That this person, they are quiet. What are they even thinking? Don't they want to give me my money back? So be open and loyal to tell the person the truth, because it happened. This is life. You can predict that you have the money by month end. When month end reaches, you don't have the money. But be open to tell them. And also people who borrow things from people. Like maybe you have someone who you know who has a shop, you go and get things there. Now when it comes to paying back, maybe your things are not adding up. You feel like, if I pay this money back, my children don't have anything to eat now. You know, one thing I've learned, I saw it on my mother's shop, that someone could borrow something. Now when they want to pay back, they don't want to pay back because the money is not adding up. They end up using the cash they have to buy from other people, which means they're running away from my mother, right? They don't want to pay back because the money is not adding up yet, and they go buy from someone. When my mother, every time she could find out that this person owes her, but they are going to buy from someone, it could hurt her. So I'm saying, if you borrow from someone or if you get things from someone, and you don't have money to clear the credit, but you have cash to feed yourself for that week, go to those people. My mother used to love it, by the way. I saw people who had wisdom. When they know they're owing my mother, they could come with the cash and say, my precious, I have $15 here. I know I owe you $40. But this $15, I need to buy things for my family. This is not to pay your credit. Please sell me this. The other credit I'm going to pay. It is so good, because you know, even when this person has money, they will still buy from you. When they want to borrow, they will still borrow from you. Not that you borrow from someone, but when you have cash, you buy from someone. They used to come, I have $10, but this is not to clear your credit. I have to make it open. I need some things to cook for my children today and my family today. Your $40, I'll pay it when I have it. My mother used to understand it so well. So guys, please, if you are borrowing money to people, be wise. You don't want to end up with enemies in this life. I see people who were so nice, kind, who used to give people things, and they turned their heart and they are no longer helping anyone. I understand where they're coming from, but you have to help people, but you just need to be wise. And those people who are getting help from people, if someone is helping you, please be loyal, be open to tell people. Don't let people assume things. Don't let people cut their kindness because of you. Don't become enemies with people because of money. No, don't become enemies with people because of money. You guys, this is what I had for you. Once again, thank you so much for the 5,000 subscribers. We are so excited. We are so happy. Thank you for your support. I said before I go out, let me share this video with someone. I know it will help someone today. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We love you so much. See you in our next video. Mwah.